One of the biggest roadblocks with using AI tools for SEO and specifically keyword research is that the data that the AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude spit back is usually wildly inaccurate. And the keywords themselves are usually pretty awful. I've tested this myself so many times and I'm literally never impressed. But SEMRUSH just released an MCP for ChatGPT, and now you can get the best of both worlds. You get AI's way of analyzing and noticing patterns with SEMRUSH's reliable data and metrics. It's like a true match made in heaven, especially for us SEO obsessed people. So if you're a ChatGPT and SEMrush user who's looking to save time, save some sanity, and be able to find gaps in the market for your SEO strategy, you've made it to the right video. Today's video is sponsored by SEMrush, but it's only because it's the SEO tool that I use as an SEO expert all the time, and I'm really excited to show you this new workflow. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm Mariah, an SEO consultant and educator for business owners over at mariahmagazine.com. And on this channel, I help simplify things like SEO, websites, tech, and I dive into tools and recommendations to help you grow your online business in a way that works for you. In today's video, I'm going to dive into SEMrush's new MCP specifically for ChatGPT. So by the time you're seeing this video, they might have already released the specific MCP for Claude or another AI platform too, and the setup process is basically the same. It's just a little different depending on which AI tool. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to set it up, how to use it, and where to get some extra ideas for prompts too. Because we all know when it comes to using an AI tool, the magic is really in how specific or how strategic you get with these prompts. So without further ado, let's kick it into the screen share. Okay, so really quick, before we get into the fun stuff, I just wanted to give a definition for what an MCP is, because when I first heard it, I was literally like, what is this new acronym in like the digital marketing space that I now have to memorize again? And so a lot of you might know this, some of you might not, but an MCP essentially stands for Model Context Protocol. What it basically means is that it allows the AI model, so whichever one you're using, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, whatever, to be able to connect to external tools, databases, and data sources. So it's basically like that connection in between ChatGPT and SEMrush in this tutorial. Okay, so in order to use SEMrush's MCP with any of the AI tools, you actually have to have API units included in your plan. So at the time of this recording, I don't think that you're going to get access to any API units if you're just using a free SEMrush plan. So that would mean that you would have to upgrade in order to be able to test out this workflow. But if you do have a paid SEMrush plan, you can log into your account and then click on your profile, click subscription info, and then right up here, you should be able to see how many API units are included in your monthly plan. If you don't see it up here, you should be able to see this tab right here, and that will also show you. And then if you ever are, maybe you're spinning through your API units too quickly and you need to buy more, you can absolutely do that here as well. So I did want to mention that because that is a really important factor when you're looking to be able to connect AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude with SEMrush's MCP. Okay, now we have finally made it to the fun part of actually connecting our AI tool with the MCP. So I am logged into ChatGPT here, and then ChatGPT's MCPs, you can find them in the App Store here. I call it an App Store just because I'm used to it, but basically click on apps right there, and then you can search SEMrush. And it should populate. So go ahead and click on that and then just click the connect button. Once you do that, you're going to have to sign into your SEMrush account. And then you should see this SEMrush is installed notification up at the top. Literally, it takes like 2 clicks in order to set this up. When people first started talking about MCPs, I thought it was going to be the most obnoxious and overwhelming process, but they made it so easy breezy, and I love it. So now all we have to do to start using it is start a new chat and just start prompting with the AI tool. So when I'm starting a new conversation, I always want to let the AI tool know kind of like which app to pull in. So I'll just start this off with this and go ahead and tag that SEMRUSH app right in there. And then I've already kind of created a prompt that we can go ahead and play with. So I'm saying identify 15 high intent keywords that Neil Patel ranks for, but my website does not. And I put Neil Patel's URL and my website URL. And then I say prioritizing keywords with commercial intent and manageable difficulty. And then I give a little context about my business, because remember, AI is not that smart, okay? And it doesn't know your brand and your business as deeply as you do, even if you've trained it a million times. So I always like to give extra context. So I said, I'm an SEO consultant and educator that helps business owners take SEO into their own hands. I only do SEO and AI SEO. I don't do Google ads, meta ads, or social media. Keep that in mind when showing me the keywords. So it was important that I went in and kind of explained this, because Neil Patel is known in the digital marketing world for like so many buckets of different things. He's got content on his site about everything. I am not comparative to Neil Patel in terms of like size, but I know that he does have a lot of content, a lot of information about SEO, especially because he owns Ubersuggest, like one of the more popular SEO tools. And so I just wanted to make sure that like I wasn't wasting my 15 high intent keywords with topics that aren't even relevant to my business. And so obviously this is a very specific prompt, but I also want to point out that I gave a specific number. If you are just prompting AI and you're not giving it constraints or parameters, you're going to use up your SEMrush API units super quickly. And so I always suggest maybe like giving it a smaller number. I wouldn't say like identify 50 like right off the bat. I would use a smaller number and kind of just see what spits back. And then you still have some API units to be able to play with. So let's enter this and see what comes back. I'm interrupting this video really quick because I created something super fun and I want to share it with you. It's a free SEO assessment and scorecard so that you can find out how searchable your business is in Google and in AI tools. This free download will help you spot the gaps, make improvements, and start attracting the people already searching for what you offer. Go ahead and snag your free copy over at my website, mariahmagazine.com/scorecard, or I will leave the link to that in the video description box below. Okay, so here we can see kind of like what ChatGPT was doing in order to generate this response. So it pulled competitor keyword data first, and then it filtered things through. So if we keep scrolling down, I really like how ChatGPT like puts things, well, and AI tools in general, kind of like put things in really readable tables. It's very helpful. So we have the 15 keywords here, and then it will break down the strongest picks for you. Take this with a grain of salt, okay? Because the AI tool does not understand your business as much as you. This is my biggest gripe with like AI tools and stuff like that. You really have to look at this information and its suggestions through the lens of like an actual SEO strategy that works for you, okay? And so if we take a look at these keywords, to be honest, like they're actually not bad, especially for the very limited information that I gave ChatGPT on my business. And so notice that all of them are really revolving around SEO, which is absolutely fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted. And it breaks down why it's worth looking at, which if you're just getting started or you're new to SEO, you haven't been around the block and like looking at keywords too often, this is going to be really incredible at starting to really understand like the intent behind the keyword, because that's what a lot of people get wrong. But this is why I really like using the AI tool and having it kind of work with SEMrush data. A, because we get the reliable SEMrush data, but B, if I just went to SEMrush specifically and I popped in Neil Patel's website in the organic rankings tool right here, we'll scroll down. I would have to sort through all of this information myself. That can get extremely overwhelming. Now, I can obviously filter by a keyword, and so I can filter by SEO, for example, but then I would maybe lose other ones that don't necessarily have SEO in the keyword, but still really make sense for the SEO topic. Okay, so that's really why I like this. This is going to save a whole lot of time than like sifting through things. And so just looking at these, we can get even more specific here, and we can chat with the AI tool. So let's have a follow-up prompt. So I'm kind of just giving the AI tool a little bit more context here based on the keywords that it initially gave me. So I'm just saying, I don't do e-commerce SEO or copywriting services. I also don't do technical SEO as a separate service. And I'm already targeting keywords that were listed in that table, like SEO consulting services, SEO consulting, and SEO consultant on my website. So can you actually give me 10 to 20 keywords that could be good for blog posts for my audience? So let's see what it spits back. Okay, so I do like this information that ChatGPT came back with because I do have it trained on kind of like my services and stuff like that. So they're saying that my ideal person, because my ideal people, I work with business owners, small marketing teams. They don't really know too much about SEO. They might even not know that like technical SEO is a thing that you would have to search for. And so it kind of pulled in some things where it's like they might be searching for, and it pulled in my actual services that I have previously trained it on. And so then it's pulling through some keyword gaps that might actually work, giving me monthly search volume and keyword difficulty. Now, I could go back in, like let's say that this keyword difficulty felt overwhelming or it felt too high or something like this. I can go back in and be like, hey, can you actually show me keywords that have a keyword difficulty of less than 30? Because that would feel a lot more attainable. So that's the cool thing, is like you're having this back and forth conversation instead of manually having to sift and filter through SEMrush's dashboard, which to be honest, I'm pretty used to doing, but if you're not, SEMrush can be a little overwhelming. And so just being able to have a conversation can really make this information so much easier to digest. And now after just a couple minutes of prompting, I literally could walk away with like 10 different blog post ideas. So that's incredible. And now we can take this in an even different direction too. So let's say that we feel good with Neil Patel's keywords. To be honest, he's not really a competitor of mine because dude talks about everything, like I said. So I put in this prompt here. So I'm done with Neil Patel's website, but I don't know who else would be my competitor. This is a really common issue that a lot of my clients and students have. So they're actually not sure who their SEO competitors are. So using the SEMRUSH MCP and an AI tool could be really helpful at being able to figure that out. And so I say, can you give me 5 other website domains of SEO consultants, not huge brands? That's really important. And their top 10 keywords that would make sense as my competitor in SEO and AI search. So then the AI tool does its little thing, and this is what we got back instead. So as you can see, it's a bunch of different options here. And so notice that it doesn't have the actual keyword data listed for the keywords. To be honest, I'm really not mad about that. Before, I would prompt the AI tool in order to get maybe like search volume and keyword difficulty data similar to what we got for Neil Patel here. I would want to, as a human who understands her business, I would want to check out these domain names myself, be able to take a look at them. Do I really think that they're a competitor or not? Because we only have a limited amount of API units, and I don't want to gather a bunch of top keywords from competitors that aren't really my competitors. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. And then maybe let's say that I really like this Marie Haynes domain. I thought that she was a competitor. Maybe I would prompt the AI tool to then give me more information, more data specifically about her website. And so that is a really quick, very specific use case on how to use ChatGPT and the SEMRUSH MCP, but there is a trillion different ways, especially because the amount of data in SEMRUSH is insane in the best way, in my opinion, because I'm like a huge research person. But what I really like is SEMRUSH released an MCP prompt library. I'm going to put the link to this in the video description box below, and they give you a bunch of different like like ideas and prompts depending on what information you are looking to generate from ChatGPT and the SEMRUSH data. Now, I will say these are pretty generic. I would add more context. Like I said previously, when we first started prompting, I would give it some constraints just so you're not burning through those API units really, really quickly. But I think that these are really, really good ideas in order to kind of get your curiosity wheel spinning to be able to see the data and analyze the patterns that are really going to support your SEO strategy. So hopefully that was helpful. I feel like I could talk about this forever, but I didn't want to go too deep in the weeds, but I wanted to go deeper in the weeds enough. So hopefully, like I said, this was actually helpful. So that's it for today's video. If you guys found this video helpful, give me a really quick thumbs up. The simple thumbs up does go a long way in letting the YouTube algorithm know that my video is helpful, and therefore hopefully pushing it out to more people that also might find it helpful. And if you want to take SEMrush for a spin, you can use the link in the video description box below to sign up for a free 14-day pro trial. Just a heads up, that link in there is an affiliate link, but it's only because I use SEMrush as my favorite SEO tool myself. And if you have any questions specifically about SEMrush or about the MCP or using it, prompts, anything like that, definitely leave me a comment below this video. I use your questions, your comments, and your feedback to inspire new videos on this channel. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, and I will see you in the next video.